Ottawa is the capital city of Canada. It stands on the south bank of the Ottawa River in the eastern portion of southern Ontario. Ottawa borders Gatineau, Quebec, and forms the core of the Ottawa-Gatineau Census Metropolitan Area and the National Capital Region. As of 2016, Ottawa had a city population of 934,243 and a metropolitan population of 1,323,783, making it the fourth largest city and the fifth largest CMA in Canada. In June 2019, the city of Ottawa estimated it had surpassed a population of 1 million. Founded in 1826 as B-Town and incorporated as Ottawa in 1855, the city has evolved into the political center of Canada. Its original boundaries were expanded through numerous annexations and were ultimately replaced by a new city incorporation and amalgamation in 2001, which significantly increased its land area. The city name Ottawa was chosen in reference to the Ottawa River, the name of which is derived from the Algonquin Odawa, meaning to trade. Ottawa has the most educated population among Canadian cities and is home to a number of colleges and universities, research and cultural institutions, including the National Arts Centre, the National Gallery, and numerous national museums. With the draining of the Champlain Sea around 10,000 years ago, the Ottawa Valley became habitable. Local populations used the area for wild edible harvesting, hunting, fishing, trade, travel, and camps for over 6,500 years. The Ottawa River Valley has archaeological sites with arrowheads, pottery, and stone tools. Three major rivers meet within Ottawa, making it an important trade and travel area for thousands of years. The Algonquins called the Ottawa River Kichisibi or Kichisipi, meaning Great River or Grand River. Etienne Brule, widely regarded as the first European to travel up the Ottawa River, passed by Ottawa in 1610 on his way to the Great Lakes. 3 years later, Samuel de Champlain wrote about the waterfalls in the area and about his encounters with the Algonquin Indians, who had been using the Ottawa River for centuries. Many missionaries would follow the early explorers and traders. The first maps of the area used the word Ottawa, derived from the Algonquin word Edawe, to name the river. Philemon Wright, a New Englander, created the first European settlement in the area on the 7th of March 1800 on the north side of the river, across from the present-day city of Ottawa in Hull. He, with 5 other families and 25 laborers, set about to create an agricultural community called Wrightsville. Wright pioneered the Ottawa Valley timber trade by transporting timber by river from the Ottawa Valley to Quebec City. B-Town, Ottawa's original name, was founded as a community in 1826 when hundreds of land speculators were attracted to the south side of the river when news spread that British authorities were immediately constructing the northerly end of the Rideau Canal military project at that location. The following year, the town was named after British military engineer Colonel John By, who was responsible for the entire Rideau waterway construction project. The canal's military purpose was to provide a secure route between Montreal and Kingston on Lake Ontario, bypassing a particularly vulnerable stretch of the St. Lawrence River bordering the state of New York that had left resupply ships bound for southwestern Ontario easily exposed to enemy fire. During the War of 1812, Colonel By set up military barracks on the site of today's Parliament Hill. He also laid out the streets of the town and created 2 distinct neighborhoods named Upper Town, west of the canal, and Lower Town, east of the canal, similar to its Upper Canada and Lower Canada namesakes. Historically, Upper Town was predominantly English-speaking and Protestant, whereas Lower Town was predominantly French, Irish and Catholic. B-Town's population grew to 1,000 as the Rideau Canal was being completed in 1832. B-Town encountered some impassioned and violent times in her early pioneer period that included Irish labor unrest that attributed to the Shiners' War from 1835 to 1845 and political dissension, evident from the 1849 Stony Monday riot. In 1855, B-Town was renamed Ottawa and incorporated as a city. William Pittman Lett was installed as the first city clerk, guiding it through 36 years of development. On New Year's Eve 1857, Queen Victoria, as a symbolic and political gesture, was presented with the responsibility of selecting a location for the permanent capital of the province of Canada. In reality, Prime Minister John A. Macdonald had assigned this selection process to the executive branch of the government, as previous attempts to arrive at a consensus had ended in deadlock. The Queen's choice turned out to be the small frontier town of Ottawa for two main reasons. Firstly, Ottawa's isolated location in a backcountry surrounded by dense forest far from the Canada-US border and situated on a cliff face would make it more